welcome to Stephanie Plans and Reads. In today's video, I thought I would go through the planners that I'm planning to use for 2024 and talk a little bit about what I'm not going to do in 2024 that I did in 2023. So in 2023, I had this Hobonichi Weeks, and I had the Hobonichi Cousin, and I had the Hobonichi Planner. And each one of these serves a different function. So this one was supposed to be my on-the-go planner, but it turned really out to be my social media planner. Obviously, it's got an amazing sticker. So yeah, I just put kind of notes and social media stuff like scripts and ideas and plans and things like that. And I'll talk about that again when I talk about what I'm not going to do. I'm just introducing my planners at the moment. So then this one was the Hobonichi Planner, and I use this for practicing my lettering, hand lettering, and decorating, and it's just kind of a little bit of a journal, but not really. This won't be coming with me in the new 2024. I'm not using it in this kind of way, so I'll talk about that also. And then my catch-all planner, the planner that I use for everything, is my Hobonichi Cousin. And the Hobonichi Cousin isn't continuing, but something very similar. So I have about 6 things here to talk about what I'm going to be changing. So the first thing is this. So I have the Hobonichi Cousin, and I'm going to be using the A5 full year common planner in this gorgeous brown. I forget what they call it, but it is, oh gosh, I can't even describe how much I love this. So I'll be using this as my catch-all. So basically it's a simple swap. Why have I decided to choose the common planner over the Cousin? Well, I mean, it's pretty much the same reason everybody decides to go with the common planner over the Cousin if they do. One, the days are not dated, so although there are enough pages for a day per page, I don't have to use a day per page if I don't want to, or I can use more than one per day. So that was one of the reasons. And then the other reason is that there are no quotes at the bottom, so you have the whole page rather than, it's stopping about here. So it has on the Hobonichi Cousin, you have the quotes right there. I had the English version, so I had the English quotes. I'll get a page that I haven't used maybe. Okay, so I have the English quotes here, but they don't really mean anything to me, and I very rarely read them. I don't need the little calendar that's in the corner, so I would prefer that real estate, really. And then the last thing, which leads me to my next thing that I'm going to be changing, is so the first thing is the big change. Then the second thing is this common planner has space for goals. So you can develop them, really break them down. So I'll just lift this up here so you can see, in case you haven't seen this planner yet. So you can break down your goals from someday, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. So you can get into some good habits. And then they also have, each one of the quarters has 2 pages, so you can plan out either track your habits on this page and plan out your goals this page, or however you want to do with it. And like I said, I have not been in this planner before, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use it. But one of the things that I do want to focus on, and what I'm not going to do, what I'm doing differently in 2024, is I'm going to think about my goals, not just on a monthly or yearly basis, but a quarterly basis, which this planner will help me do. The second thing that I'm not going to do, or the third thing, I suppose, that I'm not going to do, that I did in 2023, that I'm not going to do in 2024, is tabs. So I got these tabs from Coffee Monsters Co. They're very cute. I like them a lot, but I don't ever really use them. When I'm trying to look for a page, I always use the Midori clips, and that's really all I need. And I liked the look of planners that don't have the tabs here. I just kind of like that aesthetic better, so I'm not going to be using tabs for this year. I did order tabs for in 2023. When I ordered these ones, I ordered some extra, thinking I might want them, and I do still have them, but I'm just not going to be using them for 2024. The next thing that I'll be doing, so my kind of fourth thing, is I'm going to be separating out my reading from my main planner. So if you've watched my reading video, you'll know that in this planner, I put in the yearly, I put what I read each month. In the monthly, I put what I've read each day. And in the weekly, I write the book and the page. This sits like that beside my bed, and so then I can just write it quickly before I go to bed, because that's when I usually read. And then in the daily, I haven't done anything today, but I will write sometimes what I had read and a little bit of my thoughts and responses to what I read. In 2024, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm moving into a separate planner. So I'm taking it out of the Cousin, and I am going to be using, as of right now, and as ever with planner, planner lineups and planner ideas and stuff, this is subject to change. But my goal is to use this as my reading planner. So moving it, why am I doing that? Well, moving it out of which would be my common planner, is that it's going to give me more room to respond to the things that I read. And so I wanted to have a bigger space. So this is just the dailies. So I will write down what I read and then something about it. And then it still has the monthlies where I can keep track of how many books I've read and what books. And it still has the I guess it's kind of like a year at a glance habit tracking space where I can write down the amount of books, the genres, etc. So that's what I'm planning on. Separating it out of my main planner, putting it in here will also give me space in my main planner for other things. So another thing that I'm going to be doing in 2024 is thinking about my weeklies. So let me just turn to a weekly spread here, just a random one. So normally in this spread, well, the spread is continually evolves for me. It has the times. I sometimes use the times as times. So if I have a, let's see, this one is a good one. Okay, so this one, I have a hair appointment at 2. I put the sticker at 2. I went at 2. I'm working from these times, teaching, whatever. So that's how I started this. Then because of my season of life, I'm not currently working, so I don't have a work schedule. And I found that I didn't necessarily have a specific time for these things to happen, like groceries or planning or, cricket. Well, cricket has a specific time, working out, payday, whatever. They were happening on that day, but not necessarily at a specific time. So then I started kind of ignoring these, or not being so restricted by the timeline, and kind of putting it generally. If it happened in the morning, it was up here. If it happened in the afternoon, it was down here. So what I'm not going to do in 2024 is be bound by the dates, or by the times, sorry. And I'm going to use the weeklies as more memory. So I'm not going to use it as a to-do list. I'm not going to write down what I have to do that day in the weeklies. I will keep this more as memory keeping, and then to-do lists and tasks will go either in the sidebar because they happen at that week, but maybe not on a specific day, or in the dailies at the back. Another thing I'm going to be doing is, I think if you're on this channel, you've seen that I sometimes make a little, or use a little sticker here, and I write down social media stuff. Will not be doing that in 2024. In 2024, I'm moving into the Hobonichi Weeks kitten. What was this called? Bow and tie cat planner. I don't know, something like that. I'm going to be moving in here, and this is going to be my social media planner. So if you do social media with any kind of regularity, you'll know that there's sometimes a lot to keep up to date with in terms of what you're filming, when you're editing, when you're posting, blah, 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 scripts, that kind of stuff. So this gives me enough paper at the back to write down scripts, notes, ideas, and things like that. And it also will give me a schedule that I can think about weekly and monthly about when I post. Now, you might be saying, well, Stephanie, aren't you already doing that? What about that purple one that you showed us? Yes, I am doing that with this one, but this one I only started using as a social media planner at the end of this year. So I figure it can still count. So those are the kinds of things that I'm not going to be doing in 2024, or that I'm going to be doing in 2024 that's different than my 2023 planner lineup. Let me know what you are planning on using, and if there are things that you definitely know that you want to change up from last year. Also, again, just to make sure that everyone understands, I can always change my mind. I may change my mind. It has happened. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.